Hello everyone, Solomon here. I'm here with my Pedro hat from, I don't know, Portuguese hat. Anyways, here's my environment. Just so you know, I'm not straight out of the ghetto. These are about $500,000 homes right now in New Jersey, in America. I know some viewers may be very sketchy and from real asshole places of the globe because they're cyber criminals and that's what they do for a living. Try to find victims. You know, if they see a low subscriber count and low views, they're gonna try to charm the person to invest in them or put money in them to help them get views and, you know, promise them everything on a silver platter. Views, likes, subscribes, you know, help them with editing and all this stuff. That's a perfect setup for a scam. So, you know, I gotta be careful because, you know, there's a lot of assholes out there. And the price to pay for freedom and your safety, both in the real world and online, is eternal vigilance. And people like watching me, even now. It's just, people just love watching me. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I'm an anomaly in the world, and people just have to pay attention to me. Like, I'm not like a pregnant woman with a baby. You know, people have seen that. You know, I'm a guy with a camera. Maybe they think, hey, I got Justin Bieber syndrome. I think that guy is stalking me. No, this has nothing to do with you. And I can assure you, everyone else doesn't give a shit. And except you, because you're high strung, you're paranoid, and oh god, high strung and what's the other word? Uptight. There you go. So people in here are very uptight and, you know, practically very annoying to deal with. You know, it's always me. Somehow this video is about my neighbor who just gave me a glance, even though I don't even give two shits about them. That's how it is. And, you know, I honestly don't give two shits about people. It's just that I'm like a super magnet. I'm a super magnet, and that's how it be. You know, when you're a super magnet, when you're Justin Bieber, you know, you just gotta be careful around people, because they're always doing these weird things, and they're accusing you of things. And I'm aware of that about myself, and you know, that's why I just gotta keep quiet in some of this footage, because I'm triggering people. My mere presence triggers people. You know, this camera triggers people. It's just, you know, even though I'm the most like quiet Asian person around, sometimes it doesn't add up to me. It's just, I like understand that some people are just like pure narcissists. Given the neighborhood that I live in, some people are just real narcissists. They want to be on TV. You know, if someone saw them with a camera, they must be the next Justin Bieber. You know, they always have this social validation syndrome, this narcissistic, you know, personality. They need attention. They need their extrovert. A daily dose of extroversion, you know. They need to scream out of the car and say some asshole shit, you know, just to get reactions, just to get attention, just to raise someone's eyebrow, you know. And it's always been like that. Again, uptight and high strung. Uptight, high strung, you know. Sometimes you can't explain people in New Jersey. My fallback is, you know, the person is probably high strung and uptight because they live close to New York City, and they're probably very narcissistic. You know, if you weren't like this, then you would just be doing your own thing. You wouldn't give two fucks about me either, which I preferably prefer. You just went on living your day without staring at me and questioning me, because I don't give two fucks about you either. You know, you're not supposed to. You don't. But whatever. So, this whole video, first 5 minutes, has been me, you know, telling you my social situation. People be weird. You know, people be weird. I'm not even a girl. People be weird. So I'm trying to have a good day. Tomorrow's my birthday. The first thing my buddy said at work was, you know, when I told him it was my birthday tomorrow, you should treat yourself to something special. His first, you know, animal instinct was to go to a strip club, which he wasn't wrong. But why is that? Why is it always girls? You know, the number one thing that's special to a guy is girls. But then you realize every other guy has this, you know, need for a beautiful girlfriend. Is it that special anymore? I don't know. Spreading your seed. Reaching orgasm. I guess that's just it, you know. Instant gratification. That's just what it is. There's no way out of it. I guess in Stranger Things, the protagonist, the villain there is the V guy, the villain, the main villain. He turns out to be the original helper in that damn underground base. Underground base. The damn Montauk. The damn Montauk project. So he was a helper there. He was the nurse or whatever, the aide. And he just the job just drove him crazy, because he was, you know, it was kind of like me, or I was like him, or became him, or he became it. Just a cog in the wheel. You go to school, you go to work, you know, you try to climb the corporate ladder, or just maintain yourself at work until you retire, which is what most people do, just try to survive 40 years or whatever and retire. That's what he was trying to do, but you know, he was just too egotistical about it, and just, you know, to try to do crazy things to get out of the system. It isn't a bad system, it's you. I mean, you just have to find your humility if you're an asshole. Unfortunately, you know, inside he was probably some kind of asshole. The mind flayer or whatever have you. And he transformed into the creature and yada yada yada. And that's no different than me or anyone else who's potentially an asshole. So what's the moral of the story? It's inescapable. I mean, I just walked into the room yesterday in my department. One of the old ladies there is like, "Oh, how old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 38. I'm doing 39." And she's like, "Where's your girlfriend? Are you married yet?" and all that stuff. Don't you want to have a beautiful life? I always have this discussion. You know, it's the same shit. No matter how you paint it, you know, you could paint a pig with lipstick, but it's still just a pig. I mean, get married. People are happy. They have that euphoria. They have that honeymoon phase. But then reality sets in. Again, with the job, with the money, you know, you only get paid a limited amount of money, XYZ. She wants everything. You know, you're a guy, you practice minimalism. Provided that you're not a criminal or some kind of like asshole, you're stoic, you know, you're the guy. And you're a minimalist and you don't want all shit everywhere. The way of the superior man, and you're just reading your books and you're geeky. You know, who's gonna end up getting fucked? Probably you, you know. She's gonna have all these complaints about you and like, where have you been? Why are you so closed? Why don't you open to me? Blah 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 blah. You know, why aren't you gonna be seeing a doctor? So you're getting nagged to death, and you're just sitting there like eating your Cheerios, and she's just fucking nagging at you, and you're just like, the fuck did I do? Even if you don't do anything, she'll nag at you. So you're fucked. Quite literally, in the ears. Do you really want to be with someone like that? As, you know, a guy just trying to get by in the world? She'll take care of you. You know, if she's not fun, if she's not cool, if you can't chill or vibe with her, then you're fucked. You know? Or, you know, if you have kids and her hormones change and she becomes a Karen, you're fucked again. She's gonna be nagging at you, complaining about you, you know. She's gonna be her vagina is gonna be so sensitive. You know, you're drinking beer, that's an offense. You know, you're going to clubs, strip clubs, that's an offense. You know, you're going out with talking to another girl, that's an offense to her. All these offenses keep adding up, and she sees herself in the mirror, and she's just getting fatter and older, and, you know, it gets to her. And then you're just like, man, fuck this. And then next thing you know, there's a divorce. How can things be different otherwise, you know? If she gets pregnant, she's gonna be fat, you know? So, nature within itself is just fucking savage. It's just downhill, you know, from there. You know, you can't go out and have fun anymore because she's got all these issues with you seeing other women, and there's a chance for divorce and all this stuff. You know? No one wants to care. No one wants to care about, like, the Titans rule. Like, no one wants to care, you know? See, I told you, people just, that honking. Did you just see that? They thought they had the Justin Bieber syndrome. They thought this video was about them somehow. I don't know. I can't explain it. I said my default is people. There are people out there who are narcissistic, so they think this is about them somehow. And one is high strung, so they picked up the information that I was here, I was present with them. And two, uptight. So they picked up like the information that I was present in their presence, field of presence, and they automatically have to go on to their default of narcissism. And that's how that personality works. It's always about them. It's like a mirror. They always have to make everything about them. So, you know, that's where all these scams begin, you know? What do they do for money? You know, nothing. Basically nothing. What value did they do for money? Nothing. So you can't have these kinds of people around you because they're sucking up all your money, or they're trying to. just because they're there, just because their greediness is there, their selfishness is lingering in the atmosphere. It's an annoying human personality trait. It's toxic, but I know it's around. I know it exists. It's just fucking annoying to me, but I'm just mindful of it. I would just recommend getting the hell out of there and not feed their ego. Here I am just plowing up the hill. I go on these walks all the time. This is nothing new to me. Again, with the narcissistic fuck who that just passed me by. I mean, everyone has this like shit personality, Like I don't get it. It's just high strung. Like, why is this person even? Does this person even care? One, they're high strung, so they pick up on everything in the environment. So they have to react. They have to pick it up. That's the problem with high IQ. Because you're more intelligent, you pick up all these things in the environment. So it causes you slightly to react if you're not stoic enough to everything. A sensitivity. It can serve its purpose if you're an engineer and you have to find equilibrium and balance in like a car or a train or railroad or something like that. But for the most part, no one gives a fuck. Everyone thinks this is their cameo. Everyone sees me with this vlogging camera, they think it's a fucking 2-second cameo or some shit. It's just that high strung and narcissistic, high strung, narcissistic, and uptight. Okay? Uptight, narcissistic, high strung. Pick up on social cues in the environment, because they're so uptight, they have to like release it. They have to like expose themselves in the environment, and then the narcissist just takes over. They have to, honk their horn, flash their lights, do peace signs, like anything to expose themselves because they're narcissistic. I don't get it. It's the most dumbest human trait ever possible, but it exists, and I suppose 10% of the population is like this. Just like a large portion of humans are NPC characters. You go to school, you go to work, and that's your identity. Shit. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's your livelihood. That's your safety net. And if you deviate from that, you become some kind of weirdo, or you don't get money, or you lose social credits, or whatever you want to call it. You lose your sense of social validation, or your sense of safety. So what kind of value can I offer except being an asshole? I don't know, I'm showing you around New Jersey. This is what white suburban New Jersey looks like. I don't live in Ukraine, I don't live in Russia, I don't live in the ghettos of America. People here are predominantly white, and now we have or Asian like me, or Indian, Chinese or Indian. There's a lot of Indian pharmacists and physicists and doctors and stuff. And to a lesser extent, but still in existence, the Indian lawyer. It's just that everyone's so racist, the Indians are probably just going to hire an Indian lawyer who speaks English and whatnot for whatever. It doesn't have to be like, I guess it could be business related, but mostly like physical accidents, whether at job, work, or just everyday whatever. Same goes with the Chinese. Chinese people will only hire a Chinese English speaking lawyer, so you have a deep specialization for that, for these tight niche communities and whatever. So the next one is the American Dream. How much does one of these costs? Probably a $500,000. So 2 houses, $1 million. I've showed you over well over $1 million worth of equity or of property, but everyone looks at that and everywhere. I may just be privileged in the world based on just being born. I didn't work for any of this. I didn't build these roads. I didn't put up these telephone poles or this Wi-Fi connection or whatever. Verizon and T-Mobile and AT&T paid millions of dollars, having these wires all over the place. And we're at an age that it's high tech. Everyone's high tech. Even me, as a layperson, I know a lot about technology, naturally. Except I call myself a layperson. I don't know. Amongst lay people, I'm a god. But, at the same time, I'm not an engineer, so I'm not, like, god tier. I'm still, like, in the shit tier of people. Except, out of the shit tier people, I'm kind of, like, on top of the totem pole of shit people. I have the potential to learn coding and programming, but I'm just too... I don't know, I just don't have enough faith in myself that I can... Google just fired a bunch of their employees and continuing to fire a bunch of their... lay off a bunch of the companies. So imagine studying your whole life as a kid, computer programming, going to coding boot camps and stuff, and then having Google toss you out like a used prostitute. Now you no longer have your youth, and the company drained you. The company used you. And the closest Google here is in New York City. I went there once. They have some super intelligent people there, like fat Chinese on a dual screen monitor, and that's cool and all, but at the end of the day, you're a fat Chinese guy, and that's what it is. In China, they have football fields of these kinds of things, and they use them for scam operations and things like Bitcoin mining and whatever. And it's always the fat Chinese guy. In India, you also have something similar in the Brahmin class or whatever, and it's the fat Indian guy on his cell phone who's always pulling off these scams and grifts and stuff. And those types of boss characters exist simply because of asshole. The power dynamic of the asshole. I don't know. The fat Indian guy, the fat Chinese guy with dual monitors who knows coding and programming is just the meta. You either have it or you don't. You either artistically have that kind of skill, that kind of unfair advantage, that kind of autism, or you don't. I don't have it, so I naturally don't care to have it. The medical field is fine with me. It's fine with me because, well, I don't want to talk about it, but like I said, I'm aware of the narcissistic the narcissism, people. And I'm aware about the high strungness. I'm aware about the uptightness. Mine is just, it's just like I don't care. I have patience because I don't care. Not because I truly have patience, or, not that I'm completely not high strung, or I'm not completely uptight. It's just that I don't care. Tomorrow's just another fucking day for me. It doesn't matter. I'm not a Brahmin. I can't make all these like high level choices, Tomorrow's just gonna be another fucking day, and thankfully it's my birthday. All I can do really is just appreciate and be grateful of the time and place that I am living in. Again, this is not a war-torn country, There aren't like super assholes around just deliberately trying to pick on me for money related purposes, or if I was a hot woman or whatever for my body. Probably wouldn't last too long anyways. So I'm just doing my own thing. Walking to the post office, dropping off my eBay order. So this is what I gotta do. Sorry for the car noises. Again, I told you about 10% of the population, it's just like assholes anonymous. Narcissistics gone wild. Sometimes I have to change my camera view just to avoid these narcissistic personalities. And I'm gonna conclude the video, or at least there's more town to see. There's a red light, so I'm in danger of approaching narcissists, just activating everyone's like narcissistic personalities. So I'm keeping the camera down to avoid eye contact. Otherwise, they're gonna think this is about them. They got their cell phones in their hand, ready to go. It's just high strung and uptight. Even this has nothing to do about them. High strung and uptight. That's just the meta in this area. Because we're 30 minutes away from New York City, believe it or not. Okay, so the wave of next people have just kind of like, so every day, this is another day for me. You got your local businesses, sushi restaurants, and Thai food, and bank and whatever. It's just a town. Like, what do people do all day? Let's see. If you're not poor and you don't have this like urgency to survive and shit, because every dollar could be your last, and you're ultra wealthy, you're kind of like lost. You have no sense of purpose. But I don't have that problem because I'm too low on the Maslow's social hierarchy, and I'm always fighting for survival. So, you gotta survive. You gotta survive. I mean, what am I gonna tell you? It's not funny. It just is. So here's the general area. Just another day for me. I'm not cooped up in the office and I can still make money. I'm not working at one isolated location like a shithole gas station. I'm thankful for my current positive timeline, and I'm working hard to maintain that. And I'll see you in the next one, because I made it to the post office. Thank you for watching. Gotta do my own thing. Peace out. Again with the narcissists. 10% of the population. Always narcissists. If it's anything you got from this video, people are assholes. But keep watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace out.